Go ahead, John.
Okay, I just bent this 90 degree here. Well, not quite 90, about 75 or 80, I guess. So I did a real tight bend here because I'm not sure how much I needed. So now we're just trying to figure out how much we're going to have to cut this to get this down to about in this area here. And it's going to be coming down at an angle underneath, so it'll be about like this. So we kind of guesstimated I needed about this much here, so I marked on the bottom of my finger. So it should be 3/4 inch long. We won't know until we get over there. So we just kind of eyeball this stuff, that's all we can do. We got good clearance to our coil right now, which is good. So this here just slides on and off right now. We haven't decided if we're going to silver solder this together or solder it together, so we'll make a decision. Okay, where's our cutter at? Where's your mark? Okay, so we got a reamer right here. We're going to ream out the center hole. See how small this is right now compared to this side. This is going to be fun holding on to it, so I'm going to hold it on the other side.
That's a 3/16 reamer, right?
Nope. It's one size under. This is the big one. You can't go in one shot, it's too much.
You need a plumber's reamer, tapered.
No, because that doesn't take the burr away. After it's in there, I make like an orbital cut with it, so I make sure it's clean all the way around. So there's no burr at all. I cut it flush or slightly tapered. Then after we do that, we come with our deburring tool. And this puts a little bit of a radius on the edge. Then we take our file and knock the outside off.
If you're doing all this stuff, you might have to cut that end off anyway.
I probably will. What's your point? So there. Doesn't mean you don't do it right the first time. So now we got our nut. We got our piece here. And we got our T piece here. And we know damn well it's not going to fit the first shot, right?
No, never ain't lucky.
Especially when you're just guessing. Okay, so by keeping it nice and tight, see how we clear the coil, which eliminates me having to do a bunch of stupid S-bends and stuff I didn't want to do anyway. All I got to do now is do a simple reverse right here, and I can come straight out and not worry about hitting anything. So I got no stupid curlicue action like that line behind it back here, which was a pain in the ass to do. But I had to do that to clear the petcock, which has no clearance. And that one there can be right in there like that. So it looks like we need to put this back here. We need to put a little bit of a bend this way and a little bit of bend this way. So we're going to do one bend that way and one bend toward me. So that means if I bend it once right here, I should do it, right? And I want to do, but see, I want to put two different bends because I want this to pull in tight here. Then I want to bend it out down low because I don't want this way out here. I got to make a loop to head forward over to here. So it looks like you did cut it too long. Where's the felt tip? There it is.
Oh, I cut it too long.
That's right. You told me where to cut it. Under my finger.
Yeah.
Right where I told you?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to make sure I got good clearance. So if you eyeball up, I'm thinking we need to have a bend something in this area here. Now, I'm not sure how to bend that because I'm not a bender.
About 20 degrees.
And I'm also got to reference my plane of bend.
It's facing you.
This is straight to me.
It's about 20.
So I want to bend 90 to what I just marked it. Okay, now how do you make it do what I want to do? That's what I don't know how to do because I'm not a bender.
You want to bend it.
I think I want to be in the middle of the bend, so I'm going to put it right there. And this is going to bend it backwards 90 degrees. And this has a little bit of an offset to it, which I don't think is enough. I think I need more of an offset like that. So I'm just going to go for it right like that. Plus we're hitting on it right here anyway.
So it looks like on this tool, that's where it starts to bend, is where the 0 is, and you take your measurements.
And I went a little bit further because I want the bend. I want the middle of my bend to be there, and it looks like I got it in the middle. That might be a little bit too much, I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, I'm just doing it.
Yeah, I can tell you don't know what you're doing. That's pretty perfect to me.
I'm a little bit too far. Dumbass went too far.
It looks nice though because it's in line with the coil.
Yeah, the dumbass went too far though. Good thing I had that special reversing tool right below me there. It looks a lot pretty good. Oop. I'll do a little more fine tuning, but I'm going to cut this here. We need to have this above our shifter, not too far. So I'm going to want to bend it down here someplace, and I want to shorten it a little bit. Now if I bend it up, I won't have to shorten it though, would I? I'll put me way below here.
What if you bend it back? What if you push it back?
Well, I want to see how the shifter works right now. Roll the back tire a little bit. Hey, dumbass, fingers in there. There ain't room for everything in there. Roll it again. There we go. Yeah, there's not room for my hand to hold everything. So I did that secondary bend by yanking. I knocked my free holding fixture away. Okay, we dropped our fitting down there again. There it is. Damn it. There it goes. Okay, so now right now, obviously we've got tons of clearance here. And we're going to be almost the same height as this when we're done, see? Just by bending this up. So I think I'm going to leave my length long. And I'm just going to come down here and bend it. Okay, now I got to figure out my plane of bend. Let's see, somewhere, same angle as that. Goes like that.
You want? Yeah, that's right. You're gonna kick it forward toward you.
Yeah, but I'm not sure how far I want to have it before I bend it. In case I want to shorten it a little bit. I'll give myself a little bit of space. Could have a little 90, could have a offset built in there. Yeah, screw it. Worst thing we do is screw it up, right? like I just did. No, backwards. No, I screwed it up the correct way. Not too bad. We can still raise it up a little bit if we want. I think I'd like to move the bend a little bit further out though. So I was on this line right here, so I'm going to move it forward a little bit. Move it about a 1/4 inch. I just basically just lengthened the bend, so now the radius is a longer radius instead of the short one. You can almost see the two radiuses in there. So. Okay, there. And now we're coming out almost flat, see? So we're still going to have to drop down slightly because we have to clear this when it's all the way over here. So I probably have to take some of that back out a little bit. But pretty close. Not too bad for just guessing, huh? So let's take out just a little bit of that. Stick a good air gap through here. We got clearance to get the coil on and off, so we're pretty good. Now we can shoot this at a slight angle this way to help line up on the other side, or we can keep it straight and just make a nice little loop right here and go that way. We'll make a decision. Okay, so now I'm going to do the other side over there. I'll have to figure that one out. So let's go over the other side, look at that angle, see what we got.
Where's our helper?
He's helping.
Kind of lazy today. Had a long weekend.
Like our watchman outside.
July weekend.
Okay, now if we go sharp like that, that might be too much. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to come out more like that. So it looks to me like we need to make a long sweeping bend. We need to get way over here.
Be nice to make a long loop. Want it?
I'm thinking just a long radius.
Yeah.
About the size of this. Here. Kind of like this one I did here. So I think we'll just bend it around something. See if we can find around here big. We had that pipe around here somewhere. First thing we gotta do is clean up the surface here. There it is. Well, that wouldn't work very well. I'll make a hex line out of it. See? That has a hex on it. That I don't think it's big enough. It might be. What else we got laying around here? I use tires a lot. I think a tire looks pretty good. Let's use the tire.
Yeah, flywheels right there.
Yeah, that's too big. I'm thinking that rear tire right there.
Where?
Yeah.
That's way too big.
No, this one.
Oh.
Tires work good for a lot of things. They're flexible. They don't put kinks. Well, they can still kink, but they don't put any edges in it. Yeah, they don't scar up the tubing. You can put them in the groove or not in the groove, depending on if you want to cheat or not for the radius. They work very good. And they're available.
Every motorcycle has two of them.
Yeah. And usually different sizes front and back. Except on this bike, just saying.
Scooby, what are you doing?
Not biting his ass, at least.
Uh-oh.
Coming after him. Here comes a dog catcher. Looks really concerned over there. steel this way. Yeah, fits good. Okay. Let me just straighten out a piece of tubing here. It's my special tubing straightening tool.
It's just tubing leveler.
Straightens it out pretty good.
With a level sheet metal.
Perfectly straight. And what radius do you want?
Looks like about a 2.5 inch radius.
The problem with that is I ran out of room. Need some more. The other problem is kind of hard on the hand. Yeah, that'll work. Cheating. Good call. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Get all the way up on the edge here a little bit, right there. Yep, that looks like a good spot. A little bit too much, I think. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit too much right there, but that's okay. It's hard to get good help, so. Look at that. That's perfect. That actually doesn't look too bad getting it quick. That gets it moving pretty good. It doesn't look too awful bad. Jammed in there. Okay, now we gotta get it coming through the other side. This is always the fun part. First problem is we got a twist in here that we need to get more of. So we need to go like that. Just bending around my fingers right now. Okay. Let's see. We need to. We need to make this a sharper bend up in here. Okay, we have it. Okay, I want to make this bend a little bit more over to here.
Want that?
Yeah, I think I want to use a bender. Let's see here. Punch. I'm going to flatten out that first bend a little bit.
So it's pretty rigid, huh? It's pretty strong.
So I moved it from here more in this and sharpen it up through here. I think I need to make this more straight up and down through here, less radius, I think. That way it looks more like the other lines that are in there. Okay, water on. Okay, I'm going to come back further. Flatten that out a little bit. We have to get a little bit of a dog leg in this thing. I think we need to bend it about where my finger is. Like that custom radius I just did. Okay. How's our elevation look compared to where the other one is, you think?
It looks pretty close to where the other one was.
Can you lay it up in there?
I'm just gonna eyeball.
Make it backwards.
No? Fingers don't work.
Fingers don't work?
Here, I hold this up. I got this.
Oh, the damn thing is, I can't even. I'm working blind again.
Here. Yeah,
Fingers
come on.
all bent backwards on themselves. I wonder if I can get in there tight. Oh yeah, we're pretty close. Okay. Okay, I think I need to put a little bit more bend to it. Flatten this out over on this side a little bit more. So just get a little extra amount there. Okay. Go back a little bit. There we go. Okay, I think that shot it straight now. Maybe a little bit too much. Easy to take out. Okay, hold it there. Now for the fun part. Where are we going to screw it up first by cutting it too short?
Good right there.
Does that look good?
Yep. You got plenty of going there.
Well, I got it.
Oh, yeah.
Don't just fall out. I think that was fun doing all those. You had to figure out how to get a snake out each time. I'm getting pretty good doing my thumbs because I spent so many hours doing those other ones. Get lots of practice. I'm going to go a 1/4 inch long just on purpose because I don't want to have to remake it. Ready? It looks like a factory line, doesn't it? The other problem is you got to be able to assemble it finished. That might be interesting to do. I don't know if that'll be possible. It's not going to be possible if I do it wrong. Helps to put on the right one, right? Okay, we're in. There it goes. Okay, we're definitely looking a little long. Didn't look too bad though. Pull together from the other side.
Looks good. Nothing. It's all free flowing.
Got clearance around the oil line?
Yep. Nothing's binding up nor. So
Well, it's binding a little bit, but that's okay.
looks good.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take that 1/4 inch off.
I don't know how you're gonna take it off of there once it's all in one piece.
I don't know, I was able to do all the oil lines. If I can't do the gas line one piece, we're gonna be screwed.
Once you fish that side, this side, once you pull it that way, you'll be able to.
Remember, I still got to put another 10
long.
more inches on this side. And those oil lines aren't coming out of there. So that's always the fun part. And a 1/4 inch makes a big difference on the line where they've been to. 1/4 inch can mean not coming out or going in. I wouldn't think it mattered, but it makes a big difference. Okay, I want this to be, right now this is angled uphill, I want it to be downhill.
Yeah, cut a little way.
I'm thinking I'm going to have to cut quite a bit. Right now it's bound up. See, it won't even come out. See how much I'm way over here. This one's too long, that thing. That's about a good 3/8 of an inch, I bet. See that? That'd be over there, but if you get too much, I'll have to rebend that line slightly, I think, but I want to get this pulled in a little bit better. Yeah, I think a good 1/4 inch coming out of there would be good. So more likely I'm going to have to rebend it because it's a little bit too far down. So I'll probably want to have to take a little more extra out and rebend out of the ring just slightly. The distance from here to here is too long, so I have to start the bend a little bit earlier, flatten it out, and play with it a little bit. There we go. So I think it's going to wind up being 3/8 of an inch too long. Time we do all that playing. About 3/8 of an inch. Cutting off the right end, you know. Be a bitch to cut off the wrong end. This time we're going to go ahead and finish the line. There it goes. So what do you think, solder or silver solder?
I would silver solder it if it was my bike. Right? So I wouldn't want it to break.
Mm-hmm.
Solder's so much stronger. Those brake lines are all flared ends, right?
Yeah. Okay, so see where we're at right now?
Yes.
See, we're too low. If I come up and just put a bend in it, because the angle's wrong, see? So I have to rotate it up and then flatten out that curve over there, which will make the line longer too. We have to go on the other side and look to see if that hurts anything. So go over there and see what we're affecting by rotating it.
You want to rotate it.
Instead of being here, I gotta go like to here. How's it look?
Oh, you still got clearance on the oil line.
Looks like we're actually gaining clearance here.
Yeah. You're okay.
Okay, so I'm just gonna flatten that bend out a little bit. Okay, so I don't want to lose this. I only want to move it this way. So we hold it. Just kind of roll it. Okay, yeah. So much closer to now.
You're up on it. You're laying on the oil line though.
Okay, I'm fighting it a little bit. Okay, let me get up over top here. So I need to put a little bit more bend in this, which will pull this back. Bend it in this plane here, but not in the other plane. So I can hold it pretty flat on the tire. Ooh, that was a big movement. Okay.
Looks good. Yeah.
Okay, now I twisted it. See, now I'm way too far back now. I'm also too low, I think. So I need to come up a little bit. Put kind of a hard bend in it right there. Okay, let's see what we got. You usually get way off, and then you gotta kind of come back on it. Okay, straighten it out a little bit. Make a lot of little small adjustments. Okay, I think I'm still a little bit too much back on the angle. That looks a lot better. There's only about a 2-degree change on this angle, that little bend I do.
Mm-hmm.
But that makes all the difference in the world in fitting. Come all the way on. Yep. And where are we at over here now? See, now our angle over here, we're way the hell off over here. So.
Does the angle on the petcock now?
I'm an inch and a half from where I'm going to be. Okay, here's our clearances. We're pretty good.
You're good.
So I'm just going to hold this where I want it to be here, and I'm going to bend on the other line. You have to do it in place because the angles are so different. You can't tell. See, I did it. Okay, mine's in right now. Okay, let go, you're pushing me out. See just how far off we are right now. Not very far at all. Adjustment. There we go again. Okay, it looks pretty good right there.
Looks good. Your clearance is
Got
good.
1/4 inch everywhere, 3/16,
Yeah.
3/16. Looks good. Good clearance. Come over here and see the side. So we're going straight in right now.
Straight, it's coming downhill.
There's no binding right now, you know, it's laying there, so it's good. You know, I'm not fighting it. So now we just come out of here with our 90, a hard 90 right here, like we did right up in here. And get this thing going over here, and then we can make a loop in it. This side just fell out. So I gotta figure out how much of a loop I want to make. I'm not sure how big of a loop it would make when you make the loop.
How do you make a loop? You curl it around something?
The bender will go 180 and you just keep rolling back on itself a little bit. And you pretty much bend it around something after that. Actually, if you just do a 90 right now, go to here, I don't know if it would break or not because there's so much area for flex, but it would probably concentrate your force and break right here. That's why you want to put the bend in it. Make a nice big loop. Just the loop's going to be, see, it needs to be coming on the inside and go like that, but it's the wrong loop. We have to loop it this way, which means it's going to have to make a zig right here to go back under this way. Or you got to have it like that where it comes in and makes a turn, goes in this direction, which is okay also, but usually try to have things more or less straight, but if you go straight, you're going to be into here. Now we can't bring this out very far. See our clearance here on the finger, the shifter. So I don't want to, the floatable, I don't want to come any further out. I got to double check that shifting also. So we want to keep the filter in this location, but I can rotate it like that, which would help us on our angle. It'll also help on the clearance here because now the gas line wouldn't be right here, it'd be out here where it has clearance. It gains clearance instantly.
So you could turn a whole floatable? You could spin this?
Yeah, you can have it this side or this side. Now if I put this on the other side and it dropped the filter right here, then this would be in the way. You couldn't shift it because this goes back 2 more inches. Or goes forward. Which one are we in right now? We are, yeah, we're all the way forward right now, so it goes back. That's why we got so much clearance under here right now. But we do need to make this a tight bend as we can coming out. But if we make a loop, it's going to come out further. But we don't get so far out we get into this. So I'm not sure what we're going to do. So for now, let's just lay this up in here. Get an eyeball. So if we're going to make a loop, I'm thinking the center of the loop needs to be, what, about out here? Look from the top view. If we made the loop center of the loop here, we made a loop like this, that should come out pretty good, wouldn't it? That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to make some kind of a loop.
Well, you gotta make the 90 first.
No, the loop is going to be the 90.
Okay.
It's going to go more than, it's going to be more than one turn. It's going to be one turn plus 90. Where did I do the bender? There it is. Like I said, I don't really know what I'm doing, so. The worst thing we can do is just throw away some tubing. So far we haven't wasted any of this yet, so we're doing good. I wasted about 15 feet of the copper. That's cheap, right? Okay, so if we make that, see that's when it bends. If we want that to be the start of our bend, which I think is pretty much what we just did, this is going to start bending
You're going to start bending when you bring this
right at
down.
that 0.
Yes.
So if I put this into here, put our 0 on that bend mark, it's going to stretch a little bit. So, and I can always cut it if I don't want it, so I'll go a little extra, give an extra 1/4 inch. Can always cut it, I think. Let's see here, the loop's going to be tight. It's going to be a tight bend. Yeah, this thing's going to be a lot tighter than I want it to be, I bet. See, this makes a 180 degree right here, see? That's a pretty tight little loop. Each of they're bigger, about this big around. A little bit more than I want to do. If I use a 3/16 bender or 3/8 bender, if I go up to this radius here, that looks like a better loop to me. See, it's a lot bigger of a loop. Okay. So. All right. Okay, I'm gonna go find me something to bend it around that I like.
Got a piece of